This is Christy Bach with Neuse. I'm here today with Todd Clark, who is a coach at Lenoir Community College. How are you, Todd?
I'm great. I appreciate you having me.
No problem. So we have an interesting story to tell about the Lancer Athletics. Tell me what you do here.
Well, I'm the new women's soccer coach. I actually wear two hats here. I work with our student athletes on the academic side of things and trying to get them to achieve at a higher level. That's something that we've brought in this year, and they've made me a part of that. So I work with the success coaches, tutors, and obviously the instructors. But then initially I came here as a women's soccer coach.
So tell me about Lenoir Community College's women's soccer program.
So we started the program beginning of this year, and we will play at the beginning of next year. So we'll start in August.
So tell me how the recruitment process is going for you.
It's slow but sure. The biggest thing from the beginning was making sure that people knew LCC has a women's soccer team. There were an awful lot of people that had no idea. They might have been soccer people, but they might have said, no, they don't. They don't have a soccer team. I know my soccer, down here. And we had to educate, people that first and foremost, we do have a team. And then secondly, that, they brought me in to coach it. And so we're hoping that that's somewhat beneficial. And so we have recruited like crazy. I think I'm on about, if you take out Sundays, because they don't play on Sundays, I think I'm going to go about, I think tonight's probably my 26th. And by the time somebody watches this, I'll probably be on 27 or 28 straight nights. So it's extremely busy, and it never stops. And that's great. We've got a good solid 6 weeks of it. So pretty exciting.
Where are some of the places you've recruited from?
I have gone, we have obviously, LCC, we want to try to get local. So our first options, of course, were Kinston, but they don't have a women's soccer team. North Lenoir, South Lenoir, were the first places. And then from that, finding other people that maybe they were playing. And so, we've already got some pretty good options through both of those. And then from there, it's been Fayetteville and beyond. It's been Greenville and beyond. It's been all the way up and down the coast. We're not downtown Kinston, we're right here on 70. Mm-hmm. So everybody in Kinston knows where we are, but so does every kid that's going to the coast from Maryland and Jersey and New York and Ohio and Pennsylvania. So, we're trying to also make that an option, so that we can, first and foremost, serve the community, of course. But if you need 24 kids and they are not all coming from the immediate area, then we've got to go beyond that, of course.
So what is the timeline of events? When can people start to see things happening?
Well, you can see things now if you show up at the right game, or you're watching this, you can see things happening. I've done a lot of this, whether it be on the radio, try to speak to anybody that will listen about it and try to get sort of that advertising branding, out there. Then every single time I'm going to the game, if I can get a minute with the coaches and just explain who we are, where we're coming from. We've had, all but one or two have been just tremendously supportive. There's a few that, to be honest, I'm not sure they know really what it means to get a kid into college, out of high school. They're just, possibly that's not been their experience. And so we're trying to, to work in that fashion. There has been quite a bit going on with, obviously we've got to have a field. Mm-hmm. So earlier today, I was, where we think we're going to have the field. We've got 2 spots here on campus. We haven't had a 100% decision, but I'm going to work anyway on both of those. And so, we're working on the field with the people here on campus, and then there's some things going on at the higher levels on decision making for exactly how that field will take place and where it will come. It's really, really exciting. And then ultimately, we start kicking the ball on, in August 1st.
One final question is, what would you like the community to know about your program?
Probably the most difficult thing for me to communicate about is, I do bring some experience. I think the best example I can give is probably another new coach is our baseball coach. And just a couple of years ago, baseball had a great period of time where they were very successful going to the World Series. And then for a while, that just wasn't really where we were. And when you look at Coach Smith, He came in with an awful lot of experience, has hit the ground running, and you look at them back to being nationally ranked today. And so I hope people would see me like that I can bring in some other experience. Won't be the first time that we've started a program, won't be the first time that we've eventually got a team to be successful in all of those places. You know, willingly left a Division I job to come back here. Can't believe how lucky I am that we're starting a program. I mean, that just wasn't in our family plan, although everything else about being here is. I just feel like unbelievably lucky. Having said all that, I'm here with that success. I hope people trust that. But the college has been incredibly, supportive. You know, the fact that we're talking about playing on campus, you know, some of the things that we're looking at in the field are just fantastic. You know, they're just, having been around the block a few times, I know a good field when I see one, and I know one where you're just sort of getting by, and we've got some great ideas there and great support, you know, all the way, all over campus. There's just so many people that are supporting it. And so I want the people around us to know that we're not putting a team together for a giggle. This isn't intramurals, this is college soccer. And I think a lot of our local young ladies have had to go so far away if they had that dream, but that dream could be in their backyard now. And we may not be the right spot for everybody, but for those that we are, we're super enthusiastic and been incredibly supported by the school itself. So we know everybody knows about the academic side, that there's a lot to offer. And now we've got soccer to boot. So to boot. What a horrible pun.
I thought it was perfect. All right, that was it. This is Christy Bach with Neuse.